Hi everyone. Want to know on how to win a design hackathon? Are you curious on you want to win your first design hackathon? It could be a UX design hackathon or it could be like a food waste hackathon. Then if you're curious enough to know on this, then this video is for you. Hi everyone, I'm Shamla. So this YouTube channel is all about a quick 10-minute short videos on my experiences on different situations. It is professional, educational and health relevant. Do share, like and subscribe to this channel and spread a word on this channel. So let the knowledge spread to everyone else and let it help to everyone. This video is all about top 7 tips I would like to give based on my experience on winning a food waste design hackathon. Okay, so these 7 tips hopefully would help you out to win your first design hackathon. This is purely as per what I have experienced through multiple design hackathons. To give you a background, I myself have attended Amazon design hackathon and a food waste hackathon and then a women healthcare hackathon. Out of these, I had won the food waste design hackathon for like a second place. We had won in a second place in the food waste hackathon. So based on my experience on it, I thought why not I share my experience on how to win a design hackathon to you, my friends. So I hope this video will be helpful. So these top 7 tips on how to win a design hackathon would help you out. Then what are we waiting for? Then let's start with the video. My first tip would be know your teammates' background. What do I mean by this is, see, the teammates, basically how it works is, as you would have registered to your design hackathon, once you approach to that particular event, what is going to happen is they randomly form groups for you. Okay, if there are like around 30 students, they will form a group of 5 of 6 groups of 5 people each in a team. Okay, if there are 30 students, that's how they divide, and the backgrounds could be very different. Like one person in a team might be into service design, another person might be a doctor, another person might be into UX design, another person might be a product designer, another person might be into coding. So such different background people, whoever would have come to that hackathon, they'll randomly divide the groups. Okay, so the first tip what I would like to tell you is, first understand from which background each of your team member is coming, so it would be helpful for you further in your design process. So this is the first tip I would like to give, because knowing your teammates is very important, so you will understand who would be the best person for what stage of the design. So this is my first tip I would like to give. The second tip is, listen to the hackathon intro properly. What do I mean by this is, see, as you start with the event, firstly the hackathon organizers would give you a brief on what the hackathon is about and all the brief introductions from the design brief to requirements and everything. Sometimes the design brief will be sent to you mail prior, like 4-5 days before even the hackathon. You can definitely go ahead preparing for that as well, but I genuinely say it is better you go ahead preparing on spot rather than prioring prepared, because you don't get that effectiveness of design thinking faster on that particular day. So I prefer getting yourself prepared on spot rather than getting prepared prior to the hackathon, because it's not about winning or losing, it's finally all about a learning curve. That's what I believe in, so that's what I would like to suggest. So just listen to that intro properly and just take down certain important keynotes in that particular intro, whatever would be briefed to you out throughout the first orientation of the hackathon. Okay, so this is the second tip I would like to give. The third tip I would like to give is, go through the brief and the submission requirements first. See, every brief would start firstly with the design problem. In some of the briefs in the hackathon, they would definitely give you already the user persona set. Sometimes you have to find your ideal target users based on the problems you're trying to define and then trying to solve in that particular UX design hackathon. So first thing is, take your time first, don't rush into jumping into ideation. Okay, firstly read the brief. Each of your team member give at least some 10, 15, 20 minutes to read the brief properly, understand it, and then see the submission requirements. Okay, based on the timeline of that hackathon, some hackathons run for 2 days, so you would have a longer time to think, do, and your process will get a bit extended. But some hackathons just work in one day. Morning your brief will be set, evening you have to submit, and then you have to present your idea, and the winners will be announced. So there are different types of hackathons. Okay, I am talking about, like, if it's like a 1 day hackathon, then definitely look into its brief, understand the brief properly, taking time for 15 to 20 minutes, and then go ahead looking into submission requirements. Based on your submission requirements, be smart enough to split up your time. Okay, how you can go about throughout the day. Okay, so this is the third tip I would like to give. The fourth tip I would like to give is see the jury panel and then understand from which backgrounds they are coming. What do I mean in this case is that almost in every brief, they will almost, when they give the intro of the hackathon and give you all the details, what is the time period you have to finish a hackathon and everything, they'll definitely even give the details on who are the jury panel who will be judging your presentation. Okay, just give a glimpse of who are the jury panel and what is their backgrounds, because it will help you tailor your solution based on the jurors mindset, and you can win the hackathon. Okay, this is one small trick I would like to give, which I have observed in multiple hackathons, from winning teams to our own team winning in the hackathon. Okay, so this is the fourth tip I would like to give. I don't mean like, browse through their LinkedIn and all so much, because you will not have that much of time. In the brief itself, they'll just give a glimpse on who are the juror members and in which company they are working, and like kind of what kind of solutions and everything they are looking for will be set up in the intro. You have to just observe and listen to it carefully. Okay, so this is the fourth tip I would like to give. Fifth tip I would like to give is understand the timeline. Like they will just give you like a basic, an idea as to how you can go about the hackathon time. Like if you're starting the hackathon in the morning, usually they'll give you a guidance, like you can just brainstorm and read through the brief and all before the lunch, and during the lunch you can discuss the ideas and you can define with the problem, and later you can go ahead with coming up with your design solution through presentation. That is how after lunch, that's how they'll just give you a guidelines. Okay, but what I would like to say is, as per my experiences, just first start with understanding what is the time frame, like what is the deadline for you to submit the presentation, and based on that start coming up with random ideas. Okay, random ideas, that's how it will go about, because you debate things and everything that happens in a hackathon, and that's how you learn. That's the purpose of why you go to design hackathon, right? It's not about winning, it's about learning what are the different ways you can solve a particular problem very fast, right? So this is the fifth point I would like to give. Understand the time frame and start firstly with random ideas, and you should know when to stop. That is also important, because ideation is never ending. You keep coming up with ideas and you keep writing it down in the post-it notes, which they'll be given during the hackathon and all. Okay, so or else they'll give like a marker and all where you can sketch, you can write it down in a sticky note or in a paper. Okay, so come up with the random ideas, but you should know when to stop. That is also one tip I would like to give. The fifth point. The sixth tip I would like to give is, during lunchtime, see, once when the brief is let out, the first thing is you can just go through the brief calmly and then start coming up with random ideas. And then during the lunchtime, buffer time, define who are the target audience you're looking for. If the brief itself gives you target users, well and good, that saves a lot of time. But if you have to find out by yourself, find out who are your ideal target audience and what is the problem you're trying to solve during the lunchtime. And after lunchtime, go ahead coming up with the solution quickly, not a very like a complete design solution, but a basic solution through which you can present your idea and the idea is understandable, okay, in the form of presentation. So this you can do it. You're coming up with the design solution and presentation after lunch, before the actual presentation where you have to present starts. So this is the fifth tip I would like to give. The sixth tip I would like to give is, see, once you're preparing a presentation, right, as per my experience, what I've understood is, keep it very short, very simple, very direct. It should be just with some pictures and then just 2, 3, 4 words, maybe a 1-line sentence. That's it for each slide. More you have to explain, but less on the presentation. Okay. In fact, one pro tip I would like to give is, keep a very basic prototypes. Prototypes will also save up a lot of time in hackathons. That is also something I have understood. Okay. Very minimal images, 1 image per slide maximum, which what you're trying to communicate needs to be in the form of an image, and then a 1-line sentence, or maybe maximum 2 to 3 words would be more than enough each slide. Keep it very minimal. Maximum keep like around 7 to 8 slides maximum in a presentation, because it's not about how effective your presentation is, it's all about how you present your idea and how it has to reach to juror. Okay, that is very important. So this is the next tip I would like to give. Now let's come to the pro tips. So pro tips, what I would like to give as per my experiences in a hackathon, don't come up with fictional ideas. What do you mean by fictional ideas? Is maybe, you might come up with an idea like a very sci-fi idea, like, coming up with a smartwatch where AI bot will come out and AI bot is trying to, interact with you. These are all, maybe in the future it might be possible, but at the moment it's not possible. It is still hypothetical, right? It is still sci-fi. It is not practical, right? Usually in a design hackathons, jurors look for a very practical solutions, especially like design hackathons like Amazon. Okay, they look to practical solutions, and practical solutions win over sci-fi solutions. So always come up with a practical solutions. Like, it could be as simple as a mobile application where you're trying to solve a very simple problem, yet it is effective. And it could be even a simple smartwatch where that smartwatch is trying to solve the problem what you're trying to solve. It's a practical solution. Maybe it might sound simple, but it is possible at the moment. So those are the solutions what are really looked at design hackathons. So this is one of the first pro tip what I have observed in multiple hackathons. Always come up with practical solutions, not with sci-fi solutions. Okay, first tip. And then the second tip I would like to give is, enjoy the process of the design hackathon. Okay, it's not about winning or losing. Don't be competitive there. Okay, just have fun, enjoy the process, enjoy the learning you go through the design hackathon. Most of the teams, what I've observed is, who doesn't do it seriously, yet they enjoy the process, ideas flow through them, and they eventually win the hackathon. That is something I've really understood with multiple hackathons who have really won, even our own team in one of the hackathons. So it's all about enjoying the process of learning. It's not about being too serious and very headstrong towards winning the hackathon. Just enjoy the process, come up with your own ideas, do your contribution in the design process, and just leave the rest. Do your best. The main intent you would go to design hackathon is to learn how to quickly ideate and come up with the solutions, right? So you need to be very open to it. Just enjoy the process. Don't look into the end result. Just believe in the process and enjoy the process of learning. Hackathons are not about like the winning destination, but it is all about a process of learning. Okay, so this is about the second pro tip I would like to give. So I hope these tips of mine really helped you out based on my experience on multiple hackathons what I have attended and winning second place in the food waste design hackathon. I hope this video was helpful. Put it in the comments as to how helpful it was and what kind of more videos you want from me. I'll definitely come up with it. Okay, even if I don't know something, I'll definitely discuss with my peers, and I'll definitely share it to you, my friends. So I hope this video was helpful. Do like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. Okay, see you in the next video then. Bye.